So where did you learn about sex?
I learned about sex reading, believe it or not.
What did you read?
I actually, you know what? I read when I was 11. I read Penthouse Forum in Guyana, where I grew up, and that was my first kind of exposure to anything explicit.
Probably through my friends, mainly when I was about 11 and 12, I'd say.
There was a book in my grade 6 teacher's shelving, and it was like all about masturbation. I remember staying in at lunch while everyone else went out just so I could read it, because I was like, what's this? And applied the techniques, and to know they weren't okay. I'm kidding, they weren't.
Okay, so where did you learn about sex and sexuality?
Masters and Johnson's sex manuals when I was in grade school growing up in Windsor, Ontario.
I mean, my parents never talked about it. If a pair of breasts came on TV, it was like my dad would start talking to me about whiskey or his job or something.
I learned it in school and high school, first of all. Yeah, and since then, like, I'm reading books about, I've read Kama Sutra.
Maybe movies, or a little bit in school, but I'd say probably personal movies and maybe search around the internet.
From friends and film and magazines, Didn't have it with my parents. There wasn't that conversation.
Where did you learn about sex and sexuality?
Started off with school, I suppose, and then through friends. And then I guess I've learned most of it through partners.
Okay. Where did you learn about sex and sexuality?
On my own, through partners, over the course of my life as a continuing lifelong pursuit to just have the best sex possible.
I suppose just experimentation. Okay. Really. Getting drunk.
Okay, cool.
Getting drunk and getting it on.
How do you think porn has changed men's relationship to sex, with porn being so pervasive in our culture right now?
I think on the whole it is negative, and I realized that as I was growing older, as to the destructive effects of it. With regard to the exploitive element of it, the way it portrays men and treats women in the scenes, I find it quite horrendous, actually. Yeah,
It's kind of glamorized. Like, sex is really glamorized now in terms of like the women who are in porn, even the men who are in porn, like their bodies, like that is what you're meant to attain to, and I think it's quite disturbing in some respects.
You know, it's good fun to watch, but definitely not the standards I try to live up to.
Well, it's obliterated intimacy, all right?
Good answer.
And it's so male-oriented that if guys actually think that that's how it should be, right? Jackrabbit sex works, or...
No one likes a thumper.
No, they don't.
I think it can desensitize you. That's the bad side of it. Personally, it can keep you off the streets.
Right.
That, so you're not going out like going crazy when you do go to a bar.
And how do you think that porn has changed men's relationships to sex?
It's way more accessible. I mean, it's like men and women think completely differently about sex. I mean, men have sex as a matter of, eating, drinking, sleeping. They don't attach as much emotion to it.
It's easy to be a voyeur and watch porn and jerk off or whatever, but not the same thing as getting laid with another real person.
What do you use to spice things up?
We actually do like watching porn. That spices things up. And a healthy sex life would be, having a girlfriend and enjoying each other's time together, and not sleeping around and doing the one night stand thing. I don't think that's too healthy, but...
So you're a loyal boyfriend?
I'm loyal as it gets.
The key, I know this sounds really corny, but a massive vibrator and communication. I'm totally joking. Communication.
Well, porn's a good start. Role playing, people are very, into fetishes and stuff like that. I won't tell you mine. I don't know you that well. Not without dinner and a movie first. Good communication. You're both into it. Nobody's being the oppressor, unless you're into that. Mutual consent.
At the end of the day, the conversation and the dialogue is key, because that's how you know what works for them, what doesn't work for them, what makes them tick, what doesn't make them tick. Like, if you don't have any of that, then ultimately it just becomes a situation where nobody knows what the hell's going on, and then it just kind of gets boring and stale, and you're like, okay, I guess I should be doing this, and then...
Because there's really no reason to have boring sex.
No, absolutely not.
Be direct. I think that's an attractive quality in a partner.
Just gotta be honest. Communication's key in everything. If you hold back from people, then you Like if the best way is like if you're not honest with someone, you're not really being honest to yourself too.
Okay, and so what do you use in your own life to spice up your life?
Do you need an honest answer or should I fake it up?
Oh, I need an honest answer.
I never had sex in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm virgin. Basically, I've been like this because I wanted to be, honest for my wife. Because in our religion, you have to be. It's just that if you are marrying to a girl, you should be honest and you should have a clean background and that you never had that kind of relationship.
My girlfriend is fairly creative, and so I kind of follow her lead sometimes.
Direct communication, complete honesty, and mutual respect.
Do you talk to your friends about your sexual exploits?
No, I keep it classy, like there's certain things that, that they say behind closed doors for a reason.
And do you talk to your friends about your partners and your exploits?
Interesting, yes.
You do? What do you say to your friends?
Dude, it was Rockstar.
That's awesome.
Talking Cirque du Soleil, that kind of thing.
No, I think I'm very personal, so I don't really share a lot.
Okay, cool.
Of the details.
No, I find it kind of tacky. Not because I'm a virtuous person or anything. I simply am extremely private.
With certain friends, yeah.
Okay.
If the comfort level is there.
In great detail?
I mean, not like erotica novel detail.
Do you talk to your friends about your sexual exploits?
Oh, I'm so open, and I'm a little bit in people's faces about it. And if I'm with my partner or whatever, I'm just in. Yeah, sometimes I think I should just close my mouth, but it's because I'm so okay with it.
Yes. I do.
In vivid detail?
Depends who it is, but yeah, sometimes. My best friend, Ian, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm the worst for it. So
So
my group of friends, yeah, definitely. Everybody has their stories, and it's always one-upmanship. Who can one-up someone else's crazy story and this and that.
So you're the guy to talk to, it seems?
Oh, sometimes when it comes to the funny ones, yeah.
Okay.